So the matrix question is a very flexible question. You can do much more with it. For example, you can change it to different types of questions. One that is sometimes used in the psychological research is the bipolar question. If I click that, you will see that I have two options now. One on the left side, I like to walk, and on the right side you can input anything. And then candidates can choose which of these two options they lean more towards, or if they are in between. And what you will see now is that Qualtrics filled in with the bipolar options right here. This is the right side option. It's not very informative, but when I go back to the Likert option, it added right here to the description of each of these items. This will require editing. It's an easy fix, but keep in mind that every time you click on something, your questions may have changed, and Qualtrics is not perfect, so be wary. There are other types of questions that you can enter here. They're interesting but rather specific, so I encourage you to explore options in Qualtrics and find the options that fit your research best. But I assume that most of you will be served by either the Likert or the bipolar option. Then what is a neat option too is that in skill points, where you can, for example, select, say, I would like 5 skill points, and just click suggested skill points. Now Qualtrics fills in some neat predetermined skill points. The skill that you're using might have slightly different skill points, but most skills use some of these response options. And you can change it here too, especially if you are developing your own skill. These options are pretty good and might be very useful to you. Then there are a few other options here, such as if you have a long list of questions here, you can add white space between questions, and Qualtrics will create some air between the different questions. Or you can select repeat headers. And if you have a lot of questions on one page, the headers are repeated so that when people scroll down, they can still see the response options that are available to them. I encourage you to play around with this and optimize your question to your survey. It is difficult for me to tell you what to do precisely here, but I just want to show you where some of these options are hidden.